The Dragon sponsor is Jason Conlon, who would like to dedicate his sponsorship towards Good Games, a chain of gaming stores in Australia. You can check out their online store at goodgames.com.au, and you'll know it's their website because they have this cool dragon symbol. In order to win, the dragon must shake off his slumber and escape from the cave. In order to do so, 11 sloth cubes must be moved to the wakefulness track. Then, the dragon must move to the surface and leave through the entrance tile. Let's do setup. First, place the sloth cubes in these sloth boxes on the dragon player board. Next, the Eaten Goblins marker is placed at the 0 space on the track. Health is set to 5. All power cards are shuffled and placed nearby, then 3 are drawn. The Awakened Dragon is placed near the player board as the player begins underground. At the start of the first turn, the Sleeping Dragon is placed on the same tile as the Knight. If no Knight exists, it is placed on the entrance tile. Now, the Dragon's turn. There are 4 phases to the Dragon's turn. Move and use powers, pick up treasure, place Dragon Gem, and replace hand. The Dragon's turn ends after hand replacement. Let's talk about the Dragon's statistics, armor, and spirit. Armor helps the Dragon defend against attacks and other effects outside of his turn. Spirit is equal to the number of power cards the Dragon draws at the end of each turn. Phase 1. Move and use powers. In this phase, the Dragon may move 1 or 2 tiles in a straight line without spending any power cards. The Dragon can perform this free movement once per turn, either before or after using any powers. During his turn, the Dragon may also use powers. In order to do so, the Dragon discards power cards showing the symbols that match the power on the player board. The Dragon may use any powers he wishes as many times as he wishes, just as long as the requisite power symbols are spent. The Dragon may also spend power symbols from the existing Dragon Gems on the map. Each gem's power symbol can be spent once per turn, and spending the symbol does not remove the gem from the map. Any question mark shown may be fulfilled using any symbol. There are some movement restrictions for the Dragon. While underground, the Dragon can enter dark tiles and move through walls. Upon entering the same tile as another player, no attack is prompted. On the surface, however, the Dragon cannot enter dark tiles or move through walls. Upon entering a tile with a Knight or a Goblin tribe, an attack is prompted if their strength is high enough. No one of the Dragon finds sleep preferable to wakefulness. The Goblin tribe's attack is successful if its strength is greater than the armor level. The Knight's attack is successful if her strength is equal to or greater than your armor. In order to combat the Goblin tribes, the Dragon will use powers like Claw, Scratch, and Hiss. These increase the Eaten Goblins track by the total population lost by the affected tribe. The Dragon may also use Claw or Scratch to kill the thief. Then, power cards are drawn equal in number to his loot drop level. Phase 2. Pick up treasure. After all movement, the Dragon may pick up any treasure tokens on his tile. The treasure is given to the cave in order to satisfy the Dragon's greed condition. A cube is moved from the greed track to the wakefulness track. If multiple treasure tokens are picked up, all of them are kept beyond the first. On subsequent turns, the Dragon may give these to the cave at a limit of 1 token per turn. If all 4 sloth cubes on the greed track have been removed, any treasure tokens are returned to the cave without effect. Phase 3. Place Dragon Gems. The Dragon may place a Dragon Gem of his choice, if any are available, on the Dragon's current cave tile. As shown in the previous and subsequent videos, when players pick up the Dragon Gems, they roll the Dragon die, which then has effects on them depending on the outcome of the roll. Phase 4. Replace hand. All remaining cards in the Dragon's hand are discarded. Then, all power cards are shuffled, and the Dragon player draws cards equal in number to the Dragon's spirit. Let's talk a little bit about awakening and surfacing. The Dragon's been asleep for a couple hundred years, and so has some deleterious effects of slumber. In order to shake this off and wake up, the Dragon must remove sloth cubes from the following tracks: Greed, Hunger, and Pride. Sloth cubes are removed during the Dragon's turn when he fulfills certain conditions indicated on the player board. Greed. Pick up a treasure token and return it to the cave supply. Hunger. Decrease your Eaten Goblins track by 2. Pride. Reveal an event tile, or don't move for a turn, or place a Dragon Gem while at least 1 gem is on the map. Once one of these conditions is fulfilled, a sloth cube is taken and moved to the wakefulness track. Up to 3 sloth cubes may be moved per turn, but only 1 sloth cube per sloth track. Once at least 11 sloth cubes have been moved, the dragon has awakened. The slumbering dragon piece is then replaced by the awakened dragon. The dragon cannot fall asleep again, even if wakefulness declines below 11. Once awake, the dragon may move from the underground to the surface by ending movement on a crystal tile. If any crystal exists on that tile, it is smashed. While on the surface, if the dragon enters a tile with another player, an attack is immediately resolved. Once the dragon moves to the surface and exits through the entrance tile, he wins the game. Some of the dragon's powers reveal tiles, sometimes more than one at a time. The dragon flips them over in the order he chooses, then rotates and places them. The cave then adds tiles to any open sides. If an ambush tile is revealed, the dragon is not attacked by the goblins, and neither is the knight if she moves on to it later. Other tiles receive their tokens as usual. And this concludes our video on the dragon. The executive sponsor of this series is Mario Flores. The wall sponsors are Gabriel, Ramirez, and Agent Provocateur.